Oh my God! Johnny West from behind, attacking the man Johnny Moran. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How could he compete after being blindsided like that? Unbelievable. All these pieces of garbage talking about Rich Holliday versus Johnny Moran. Everyone here tonight came to see John West versus Hardcore Hard. What just happened there? Is Johnny Moran still able to compete in this match? Bravado, talk to me. I'm sure you have something to do with this.
Well, I don't have anything to do with this, first and foremost. Don't put me in the middle of this.
I saw you buddy with Ryan Race during the intros. Don't think I'm not on to you.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, EJ, but we got a match. The man versus the most marketable man.
Richard Holliday asked him if he was good, and Johnny Moran gave him the thumbs up. Holliday's not going to hold back once that bell rings.
Well, Holliday, fresh off of the announcement this week of being signed by Major League Wrestling, looking to get a lot of people on his radar, so to speak. Doing that, he has to increase his intensity, and he's going to do so tonight, DJ.
Always great news anytime you hear someone getting a deal from the independents, getting a deal like that.
Well, Holliday's well deserved. I mean, a 2018 ECWA Super 8 winner. We have two of them on roster, and Sean Carr's the other one the year before. And look at the intensity, EJ, that I talked about of Richard Holliday. Went too many times. Sorry, EJ.
Absolutely, Johnny Moran right on top of him. I was going to say these PPW fans wouldn't expect anything less than the best of the best in independent wrestling. That's what we're bringing you here. That's what we're bringing you in this matchup, folks.
Well, Moran trying to get him up, but he couldn't. Signs of that lower back hurting from earlier.
Absolutely.
And that doesn't help either, getting thrown to the cement floor. Or the hardwood floor, I should say.
John West brutally attacked him from behind. I mean...
Well, you know, I mean, to be fair, I mean, shouldn't Johnny Moran be looking out for himself? I mean...
Once the protege of Ryan Race, it does help to have someone looking out for you in your corner.
Well, they're right in front of us. Richard Holliday picking Johnny Moran up. Down on the hardest part of the ring. And Holliday looking very, very confident here early.
Yeah, that ring is absolutely unforgiving, especially the extremities of it, the outer portions of it. Absolutely no give at all.
You know, a lot of fans like to ask what's underneath that ring. It's nothing but boards and steel. And you know that better than anybody, EJ.
Absolutely. I spend a lot of time under that ring.
Well, I guess you're friends with tables and Singapore canes, but we'll get into that later. Johnny Moran looking very bad, worse for wear, and a smart move by Richard Holliday. You can tell he's very versed in what's going on here, focusing on the small of that back. And you can see that it paid dividends earlier as Johnny Moran wasn't able to lift Richard Holliday, not necessarily a big guy.
Tell you what, if your spine feels like jelly, there's not much you can do with the rest of your body, except spread it on a piece of toast.
Now Jim Holbert down in position, doing his best Richard Nixon.
Faster, ref.
He is not a crook. That's my bet, Richard Nixon.
I am not a crook. Well, Moran trying to get his breath back, and that's not going to help.
No, Moran is in pain. You could see it in his face. Trying to get to that corner. He doesn't even know where he is.
Moran, a fighting spirit of a fighting champion. Not the champion anymore, but he was earlier this year. And you can see how he would be right in there. The guy doesn't quit.
Big backbreaker from Holliday. Now what's Holliday doing? He lifted his arm up. He wants to keep inflicting punishment on Johnny Moran.
Well, he said he's not done with Johnny Moran yet. Jim Holbert kind of shocked as he went down for the 3 count and had to stop preemptive.
Richard Holliday showing his true colors here. You know, someone's attitude could get in the way of their meteoric rise to fame as much as anything else.
You got to be mentally balanced. You got to be physically balanced. Holliday, for the most part, is, but he's letting his anger, as you just pointed out, get the best of him. And look at the wincing from Johnny Moran as he tries to simply run to Rich Holliday. High knee from Moran.
Moran smartly going to the lower body for his offensive maneuvers there, using the ropes to gain momentum. As we said before, almost half of his body is rendered useless from that lower back injury.
Wait a minute. Moran's caught.
He's just a step too slow.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, it took him a little bit longer to get over there. You got to think, if you're Richard Holliday, just throw him against the ropes. That's pain enough.
Moran mounts a comeback, but it's not enough for the 3 count.
Johnny Moran looking around in desperation, trying to figure out what it's going to take to put away Richard Holliday here.
Holliday rolls him up. Handful of tights. Moran's still in this one. Maybe Holliday's regretting lifting that shoulder up.
Oh, and a right down on the small of the back.
That has to be it. Moran is out for the count. No!
Johnny Moran looking over here, got a glossed look in his eye. He doesn't know where he's at. And now, as you said earlier, and you are right, Richard Holliday is regretting picking his arm up. He has not sized up Johnny Moran just as much as he thought. He did not know that there was that much fighting spirit in the man. And Johnny Moran showing PPW and Hazleton tonight just how much he has in the tank.
Absolutely. Holliday going for a big maneuver here. This could backfire big time.
If Moran goes down and lands on that back from that position, it will be over.
Moran fighting out from the middle rope.
Well, Johnny Moran, desperation move, but it works. Stuns Holliday for a minute.
Goes for the DDT, hits it, hooks the leg, 2, low.
Fans here in Hazleton thought that one was a 3. You could have slid a piece of paper under that, maybe, EJ.
Moran loses his grip of Holliday. No, gets him back in it. Fireman's carry. Holliday.
Oh, that back gave out, EJ. That back gave out.
Holliday rolls him up, handful of tights.
Well, Richard Holliday picking up a very impressive win here on High Voltage this week, EJ.
Yeah, if you call cheating impressive,